for the new fire engine in Greystones for 9 months. The old one's been doing service for the past 18 years. With its part-time crew of 9, its task has become more formidable in recent years. There's been one of the biggest population increases in the country in this particular neck of County Wicklow. At any time of the day or night, the Greystones Brigade can be drummed into service against forest fires or in support of Bray with its 25,000 people, or its most vital role, protecting the 8,000 or 9,000 people who live in the Greystones neighbourhood. But with a carrying capacity of no more than 35 gallons of water, this little tender will only just about cope with a chimney fire. It has its own pump on board for when water's available, but it's getting old. The machine that should be here sits all 50,000 pounds worth in Wicklow, 20 miles away. For no other reason, it seems, than that there's nowhere to keep it in Greystones. Wicklow County Secretary Brian Johnston.
Last year, last 79, we ordered 2. At the time, we hadn't determined finally where the second one would go. There was no problem at all about the first one, Bray being the natural location for it. On the second one, we felt that it should serve as a backup to the other main usage area, and we determined at the time, following the representations from the various councillors in the Greystones area and the growth of population, as you know, within the Ulster Census period of 30% in that area, that it should be located there. We were lucky in a sense that, in fact, the delivery period was shorter than we anticipated, but it did give us this slight problem in relation to the accommodation of the particular machine.
See, it would seem from some of the articles appearing in the local newspaper, indeed, that there's been an unnatural delay, that here you've got a fire engine, you've nowhere to put it, in fact, in Greystones, and that's the real reason it's there. Is that true or false?
Well, you know, that's a point of view on it, but I would say that, in fact, we have a fire engine of that quality within 4 minutes from Greystones. In the meantime, the engine that we have on hands, which we had the benefit of getting in a shorter period than we anticipated, is being used as the backup vehicle for the Arklow and Wicklow brigades. And if you look at the statistics in relation to usage, in fact, there's nothing wrong with that, and from a management point of view in relation to the fire service, that is correct.
Wicklow's foresight, then, has got them into the present bother. It was their ability to see the need for a replacement that decided them to buy it at the right time and the right price. But then the councillors in Wicklow balked at the idea that there would be no proper place to put it, no respectable place, that is. Councillor George Jones.
The existing premises is not satisfactory for the new one, and we have been pressing at Wicklow County Council for the officials to prepare a full-time station in Greystones. But because of constraints of finance, this has not been provided. Now, they have in the short term given us a proposal to erect a nesting hut type building in Greystones to house it.
But it wasn't for the want of trying. Wicklow County Council appealed to the people of the town for a place to keep the engine, even on a temporary basis.
We discussed this with the members. We drew our difficulties to their attention. We have advertised extensively. We have advertised 3 times with
what response?
With no response, actually, bar one, and this is a line we're pursuing at the moment.
So, were the councillors not being a little churlish in demanding an aesthetically pleasing place to garage the engine, when life and limb are in danger?
Well, the question of leaving the machine is costing in the region of £50,000, and as already has happened in some of the areas of Wicklow, machinery has deteriorated because of the exposure to weather, and we would not want to see the same type of event that has taken place in a place like Tinahely, where a machine has been unhoused for approximately 7 years.
Well, if it's just a matter of weeks before you get a temporary place to put it, it might save a life by having it handier than it is now.
Oh, certainly I would agree that it's essential that we go ahead at this stage, even though there was certain people had qualms about a nesting hut type building. It is certainly essential that we now go ahead and erect this temporary building and house the machine and let Greystones have the services of an adequate appliance for the air.